Hello and welcome to the Ministry Miniatures, and today I've got a very special video. I am doing a channel update. So it's been 2 years since we first started the channel and we've come a long way. We've hit 4,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of those that have subscribed over the last year. We've really shot up and it'd be an amazing achievement if we can hit 5,000 this year, hopefully by Easter, I'm hoping. So what I want to do in today's video is look back over the last year, look at what I'm currently working on and give an update around some of the future projects that we are going to be working on. So first of all, over the last 2 years and especially over the last year, as I say, we've hit 4,000 subscribers. So that is absolutely amazing. You would have seen us at Salute. So Stuart and Helena came with me to support Duncan's band of brothers in London with their the Brecourt Manor boards for bolt action to show off the amazing boards that he's created for that set. We also attended the UK Games Expo. We've done that for the last 2 years, and last year unfortunately Duncan couldn't be there, but we went along with Bear's Army and we supported Duncan's band of brothers to make sure we raised plenty of money for the National Kidney Federation and also for Bear's Army. So that was quite an achievement. We saw the release of Bolt Action 3rd edition, so we've been doing a bit of work around that, trying to get to grip with the rules. And I know one of the things I do want to really nail down is making sure we get as many of the rules correct in our videos as possible. As you've probably heard Rick and I say, if you look at the comments, it's really difficult because we know the rules, but when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you just forget the rule or get it wrong, and it's a really easy mistake to make. So we will be looking at making sure we get as many of the rules correct as possible. Operation Barbarossa, Michael from TT Miniatures and myself are running Operation Barbarossa. We've got all the way to Stalingrad. We're just about to enter Stalingrad. So hopefully this next year we'll see the completion of that, with us having several battles within Stalingrad and then moving through back to Berlin and the Eastern Front, and there's the Operation Uranus all the way back through Silo Heights back to Berlin, and we've already got some of the terrain we're going to need for that. Last year also saw George and I play some Hail Caesar battles and Black Powder battles, 15mm. We're looking at doing some more again this year. George has just taken a short break, but I'm looking forward to getting back and having a bit of banter with him and playing some games, because it's always fun to do that with George. So what am I currently working on? So as you see here, this is my British Airborne. I have a version 2 army for bolt action, but I am creating this army so that it is version 3 compliant, but also so that I can play chain of command with it. So as you see here, I wanted to have 2 3-inch mortars, 2 Piats, the officers, a spare rifle platoon, squad as part of that rifle platoon. So I'm currently working on the British Airborne. I'm always looking at doing bits of terrain, so I've got bits in the background here. So as you can see, for one of the projects we're going to be doing in the near future, I've got the guard's hut, and I've done some of the terrain around the V3 rocket. And as if you can spot there, my Finnish summer army, I've had to buy another mortar so that I can have 2 mortars for the army as well. So I tend to have 3 or 4 things on the go at once. This is my area I work in. So I've got all my paints, and you can see there I've even dug out some Conflict 47. I've started to work on that. I do plan to get my Africa Corps done. As you see there, some more Conflict 47 and Battle of the Bulge. I desperately need to get on with that. I might even have a little play with aliens. And then the Gettysburg set there, I bought that for myself for Christmas last year. I still haven't opened it, but I do plan at some point to get the epic American Civil War up and running. I'm also working on the tractor factory, so let's go and have a quick look at that. So here you can see the tractor factory. I have been building the tractor factory. I'm doing it as quite a big factory, so I've got several sets all together. It's just taken such a long time. I've created this one so that the top lifts off and you can put troops inside. It just goes back on again. As you see here, I've put some, this is just an undercoat at the moment, but I've put some slabs down, so this looks like a floor. I've got some pipes. I've created these barricades that will just go around the outside. Sarissa kindly sent me the factory set and these, so I need to get them all built up so we can play part of our battle on there. Then looking further down, you can see how I've been putting together. So the wallpaper does create quite nice slab effects, and I've put some gravel down so it looks like it's kind of a ruined area. And you can see some copper pipes I'm putting on just to help with lifting stuff up and make it look a bit more industrial. And then moving around into the main building itself, there are lots of bits going on here. So this is 2 full factories put together to create one massive factory. And the idea is I want to be able to have it so that I can either have 2 separate factories or have one on its own. And you can see on each of the entrances I've put some more of the flooring in. I've put some additional layers here so that troops can actually take position to fire the guns. I've got some of the walkways. Huge thank you to Sarissa Precision for sending me the factory and the walkways, and also to Skytrex, who's part of the Warlord group. They've sent me these barrels and bits and the metal bits. So I've got lots of odds and sods that I'm using to first of all create the barricades, but also some of the ammunition boxes, the cogs and the wheels, the rubble piles. So I'm really struggling to, I don't want to build up the interior with too much rubble because I want to make it fully playable, which means the troops need to be able to get to the window. So I'm just playing with the idea of whether I can actually make all of that bits that can come in and out. But this is kind of my layout for it at the moment, and I need to put some tracks, some tanks in there. And then as you can see on this side as well, I'm just starting to build up using the Skytrex pieces, and a couple more barricades I've made there just so that I can make a fully working, blown up, destroyed tractor factory. So that's currently what I'm working on. It's taking quite a lot of time to get through, just to try to find the time from work really, because I work shifts and I also have a family. So that's where we are with the tractor factory. Okay, so the plans for the next year. Of course, there's going to be more bolt action with version 3 out and the new Armies of books coming out. That'd be really, really good. I think one of the first things I want to do is get a veteran German army. I have some of the sprues that I've built. I'm going to get myself the starter set for the German army so I can have a full Stalingrad assault group that will be able to assault the factory, because I think that'd be really cool to have a new army to go with the factory, and have it with a rifle platoon and a pioneer platoon that I can move across different armies. As I said earlier, I want to play a bit of Chain of Command, so the new rules for Chain of Command are coming out, so I'm just holding off with that. And as you see here, I've done the same in my German army. I'm just starting to put together a few extra troops that I need to make my bolt action army compliant with Chain of Command. More Black Powder, more Hail Caesar, maybe Pike and Shot if we get around to it, but I'm really keen to get another couple of battles in with Black Powder. I like the American Civil War that George and I play, and also maybe some Hail Caesar as well. Talking of the Two Fat Lardies, probably going to play some more sharp practice. So I have been working on the American War of Independence. I've got some British troops, some Hessians and some militia. I'm also working on doing some continental troops. And I really fancy going back to my roots. So I used to play War of the Ring, and I'm going to show you some of the troops I'm planning on bringing back to the table. So here we go. As I say, this year I plan to do some War of the Ring battles. Leave a comment if you want to see some, but you can see the 3 hunters here. There's a little diorama I did which fits in on the base for War of the Ring. So Gimli, Legolas and Aragorn there. My Black Root Vale Archers, part of my huge Dolamroth army, so they can make it to the table. These guys are lovely, I do like them. As you can see at the back here, I've got some Orc Trackers, 3 units or 3 companies, and some Orcs from Cirith Ungol. So I've got Shelob and various other monsters that can go with it, but I've got some huge armies: dwarves, elves, humans, loads of orcs. So hopefully we'll get some War of the Rings in. But also, I really wanted this. So O200 Hours, it's the starter set. It's got the rules, figures, and everything you need to get. Online you can download the solo player. So this is a World War II game where basically you have SS commandos taking on guards for different facilities. So I'm going to do an unboxing, painting up, and I'm also going to run through some battles, some small battle reports, just to get some of O200 Hours on the channel. So there we go. That's kind of what we've been working on, what we're going towards. We will be doing the Stalingrad assault. So Michael from TT Miniatures and myself will be doing that. I plan to get my US Airborne D-Day. There are some new figures coming out with the American Armies of book, so I plan to get some of those to bolster my US paras at the moment, but they're all going to be themed around D-Day. And I also desperately want to get my DAC done, so I've got some opposing forces for my 8th Army. The one thing I would really love to do is Operation Sea Lion, and I would love to do some early war Brits versus early war Germans and Fallschirmjäger, and just run through a 10-part campaign, early war, the invasion of Britain. I think that'd be something really cool to do. Anyway, that's kind of where we are, what we're doing. I do plan on doing the Ministry of Miniatures midweek musing, which will just be a 10-minute update on where we are, what we're doing, talk about different news or gossip or any painting or stuff that we've got on with, and just start a bit of a community chat. So if you're interested in that, leave comments below and tell me what you'd like some of the stuff for me to do. But an idea would be, for example, showing you how I use the Cruel Seas templates, these blast markers, to actually become bolt action blast markers for mortars, light mortars, and the different types of weapons that might leave some damage on the table. So there we go. That's where we are at the moment. So Michael's doing a lot of work on his stuff, and I know the rest of the gang have got lots of projects on the go as well. So finally, I would like to say thank you to Warlord Games for supporting us over the last year. It's been absolute godsend. They've been really helpful and have been amazing. Sarissa Precision sending us through all the stuff we needed for the tank factory. That has been brilliant as well, because actually putting the 2 sets and the entrance together, as well as the walkways, has been amazing. Skytrex, they've sent us through lots of bits for the scatter terrain to go in the tractor factory, so that'd be really good. Geek Villain has supported us with some discount on mats. 3D Printing Valley, they have been very good. They've sent us a few tanks through. I think I did a review of one of them and painted one up, so they looked quite nice. But the main thing is to say thank you to all the viewers. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you to the patrons who have really helped us to go from strength to strength and put all the money back into the channel to make sure we've got decent figures, decent scenery, and can produce decent battle reports. So thank you all very much, and see you all again soon.